Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the third episode of Shadow's House. And last episode was a pretty big one because we really took our first real step outside of the room, out of Kate's room, and we got to see really what a bigger chunk of the house is like, right? Like we didn't get into too much detail on everything, but we got to see other dolls running around cleaning this big old house. We got to do a musical number about, singing about how good slaves we should be. And we got to see Sarah and her doll, Mia, I think her name was. We got to see them interact, and that was our first real glimpse at what it's supposed to be like between a doll and Shadow's master in this household. And that makes it pretty clear to us as the audience that Kate and Emily-ko are not that, right? That's why they're called failures and stuff. But like, I see Sarah and her doing their thing, and I don't really want Kate and Emily-ko to do that. Like, that's really, that doesn't feel right to me. So, and I think Kate agrees with me on that. Like, of course, that's why she gets called a failure, because whenever you're the odd one out, you don't conform with everything else. That's usually kind of what happens. But who knows? Who knows how things will go throughout the show? Maybe the house will eventually move more into Kate's way of thinking. If we can get some kind of revolution starting. But that's, of course, getting way ahead of myself. We still have so many other people we haven't even met yet, like other Shadows doll pairs that we see in the opening and stuff. So yeah, once I get to see them, maybe get a bit more of a feel for how things might go later in the show. So with all that out of the way, let's just jump on in. 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. And then Funimation's logo. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, class. Okay. We have class. That kind of concerns me, actually. I'm a little bit less excited for it than you are. I mean, my curiosity has peaked, but I'm more concerned about what might be taught in such a thing. Hello, good morning. Hi. It's good to have you act more friendly again. Because she doesn't have Sarah with her. You can actually be yourself. Yeah. She was just a conduit. Yeah, she is so friendly when you get her away from Sarah. Okay. She's always just so full of excitedness. Man, it's just so weird seeing Mia go from, yeah, being Sarah's conduit of emotion to being herself. Like, I can understand why that might be a little bit hard for Emily-ko to kind of separate. Because even for me, it was a bit jarring. Yeah, that's still a really cool shot. I don't think I've commented on it before, but it really is. Yeah, she's almost kind of like crying on her shoulder. That's still really what I'm most curious about. Because I have to imagine their relationship is really different than the one we got from Sarah and Mia. Rather than there being a big revolution, maybe we'll just try to escape from the house. I mean, that's what happened with Yakusoku no Neverland. But I don't know. Yeah, the soot sickness. Yeah, the important place for us slaves. I guess this could be for the strong soot. Because, like, the stalactite soot. Is that a forbidden area? Oh, yeah, forbidden area. The Veiled Dolls. I kind of want to see the Veiled Dolls. Can I learn how to read and write? Like blueprints? Naturally. Close. Yeah, we heard about that debut last time. What? What's up? Dust. Unforgivable. Or soot. Either way, unforgivable. I think she approves of uh, I have such a mixed emotions as I watch Miliko. Oh. Good question that I'm not sure I want the answer of. You get judged, yes. That's pretty much what I thought. Yeah. You're just really making me get more anxiety fueled about that. You keep saying that. But what if I don't want to? Yeah. Lord of Shadows. Such a chuny sounding name. Oh, is it lunchtime? Calm down. A phantom? Uh, that sounds concerning. Can you help me put this on? Apparently it's a thing. Well then. Can I go home now? Jesus. I know they described it, kind of, but I still wasn't ready for that. Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. She's a definitely unique one. She has a lot of bows as well. Oh god, the way they crawl. Yeah, she definitely has a very interesting way of speaking. Little rough, little rude. Oh god, it's up on my foot. Star Bear. Yeah, maybe we should be taking notes. We're supposed to be doing class today. Probably under a table or a painting. Oh. What happened? Oh! Get it off, get it off, get it off. Smack her head. Oh, we need to do something quick. Maybe we could pour water on it. And this is just terrifying. Jesus Christ, what do we sign up for? I am not sleeping tonight. It somehow looked creepier when it walked. We gotta do something, guys. Don't just watch. I'm glad my guess was right. Cooking, clean, and spray. So yeah, if there's any doubt this was a horror show, I think this may have cleared that up. You need to get a hose, like a fire hose. If we could spit at it. She really got the short end of the stick in this. You know, unless you count the other girl. Oh, we're gonna use the... Okay, that works. Smart thinking. Ugh, thank God. To think we were just supposed to be going to class today. Hopefully she's okay. This is for good cause. She's a smart cookie. She thinks outside the box. I don't like how she's twitching. Are you okay? Do you need to go to the medical room? Were we too late? Oh, that's the legendary soot sickness. Yeah, let's... Yeah, I really feel like the show went from... Yeah, jumped a few levels of terror this episode. Like, I would not want to work here anymore. That would be the day I put in my 2 weeks and just leave. Although I don't think they have that option. Kind of the nature of being a slave. I'm impressed you were able to sleep after that. Has he always been able to do that? It moved once. Did it take all its energy? Okay, now I'm really curious what that was about. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I wanna check up on her. You know, that's what I was hoping for, but you mentioning that makes me think it's less likely. Okay. I like that. So no Miney. What was that, the blowing? Okay, I guess we get blown before the bath. Fair enough. I guess it's like their version of like pouring the bucket of water on you and stuff before a bath. We are finely crafted dolls. I don't like her vague response to that. That's a big bath. Really? That's impressive. Because the bath's that big, you could do more than 2 at a time. All sorts of things. You know, when you say that when you're naked, it can be taken a different way. Oh, just shower off the soap and stuff? I guess it's like a 3-step process. Yeah, I think that was deliberate. Yeah, I do quite like her when she's not with Sara. Oh, god. Well, yeah, I don't know what I expected. Hey Lou, how you doing? Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, she seems better. Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna drink some water real quick. We're just glad you didn't die. Well, yeah. I guess she was right after all. That was pretty funny. Hey, Kate has not had much screen time yet, so good to see her. That's interesting. Okay. It actually might have moved on its own, because we had that happen to us. I know it almost sounds like an excuse, but it wasn't. They really do move for some reason. But it's hard to convince somebody of that. Oh. Well, there you go. It moved. You believe me now? Thank you for moving just then. It's gotta be related to Soot in some way. I mean, we saw it move a couple times, so... Twitching. Hey, Kate's got superpowers confirmed. So yeah, Kate might be the next big leader of this household by the end of the show. Yeah, I mean, the doll was something that was important to her. And, well, there's also Soot, yes. I see. You don't have cotton around? Just use Soot. It's almost like putting someone's hair into a doll. We have established that she's weird, but it's fine. What we like about her. Right. More bells. Is she filling a cup with Soot there? That's so cool. We didn't even hear about phantoms before, right? So yeah, this is a very weird household. Careful. Wow, she really just rushed over there for her. I guess because Kay didn't get much screen time, it was important to have at least one little scene that reminded us how much he cares about her. And that's what that did, really quick. Man, this CD is still fire. Yeah, in the first episode, in the opening, it's like face on the shoulder. That one, their eyes are just like gazing into each other. And this probably is the best CD of the season. I think I might go as far as to say that. But the more I watch it, the more I get an appreciation for how much that goes into it. Bum 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 bum. And we do have a little bit left. Candidates. Failed fruits. You really are building up for that debut. Judge, huh? Okay, well, somebody's clearly scheming. Watchers in the night. Okay, so yeah, making it very clear there's a very complicated, weird political hierarchy structure, whatever, to this household. But yeah, that was the third episode of Shadow's House. Man, where do I begin with this episode? It felt like a bit jump up in certain ways, like especially, I mean, most notably in the fear category, right? So, because I've commented a little bit before about how, you know, the show wasn't like, it never really felt like a full-on horror show. Like, it had the right elements for it, like a creepy setting and stuff, and some unsettling aspects to it. But there wasn't quite anything that made me like gets like scared, right? Like nothing like quite like that. But that kind of changed with this episode. I mean, it just like kept escalating. First, we got the news of the like a phantom, right? And even though they gave us kind of a brief explanation about what exactly that was, seeing it was another thing entirely. And it was already pretty scary what it looked like, the way it was crawling around, right? I was a little bit freaked out by that. Not too much, like, you know, it wasn't too bad, but where it really took a spike up in that regard was when it like latched onto Rose's face, right? Rosemary, whatever her name was, and it just like engulfed her head and like still sprouted out the legs and all that. So it was like a creature, it almost looked like a creature with like a dangling corpse. Like she wasn't dead yet or anything, and she's like a doll, but still that was kind of the look it had to it, like a big shadowy dark spider thing with a dangling corpse underneath it of. But like it used to be her friend, you know, before that happened to her, right? And then that starts coiling around. Like that was just absolutely terrifying. Like that was definitely like the highest level of horror the show has had so far. Like that made I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Like, and then you had Mia, who was just like had the horrible position of kind of like being underneath her to try to prevent her from being hung, like you would do if somebody was on the gallows, like hung, and you would be like underneath them to try to support their body weight, so the neck doesn't like just snap or strangle or whatever. But that was kind of the role she had, so just kept getting like kicked a lot while everybody else was scrambling to figure out something. And apparently water was a secret, but we needed to get some. That was the hard part. But Miliko, she's a smart cookie, right? She remembers things, and she just grabbed the vase and saved the day. Although, even after that, I wasn't quite sure if she was, like, fine. And next time we saw of her, she was, like, very zombie-like. Like, if you watch Zombieland Saga, some of the sounds she was making was kind of like the character Tai. Her eyes were very blank and wide open, and she was just kind of grunting. Like, that was some very disturbing stuff. Luckily, we were able to rescue her. He just apparently just like pumped a whole bunch of water down her to get all that nasty soot scorch stuff out. So yeah, luckily we did that. And next time we saw her, she seemed perfectly fine. And it was funny because we had Mia make a comment about, yeah, everything will be fine. Next time you see her, she'll be like, God, so embarrassed, you saw the embarrassing side of me, or whatever it was. And then she like says a word for word later on, and they both laugh about it, and she's just confused about what was going on. That was a great little scene. We also got that one character with like all the bows around her hair. Barbie, I think they call her. Try to stop on a good shot of her. Also called her a star bearer. I guess it's like a ranking kind of thing. But yeah, her, yeah, I mean, we probably did see her last episode, but yeah, we definitely saw a good amount of her here. She's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 bows on her in her hair, maybe 7, and she's like a bell. She's like stands up on top of a thing, barking orders, and she speaks in a very rough, rude kind of manner, right? And yeah, that was quite something. So I don't think she's one of the girls we see like paired with a shadow in the opening and stuff. But so I don't know how much focus we'll get on her. But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Also, bathing is apparently a 3-parts process. You go for the blowing first, then the actual bathing part, and then, like, I guess you get the rinse. Like, it does feel more like you're cleaning a product than washing a person, which I guess is kind of the idea. They are living dolls after all, so I guess it's important to get that point across. And that also led us to see some markings on Mia's back. Let's see if I can find that spot again. I mean, not that I want to look at it again that much, but yeah, right about here. Like, yeah, it very much looks like lashes, like from a whip or something. Like, yeah, that's not great. I mean, I kind of assumed she wasn't treated super well, but I mean, still, that's not okay. But I imagine, yeah, living dolls are treated like dolls. They're not really they don't really have the same rights as people, of course, so you can imagine treatment of them is not great, and as always, Kate, that's kind of the exception, not the rule. So I'm sure when we get more into the more personal relationships, like we kind of got a little bit of with Mia and Sara, we'll see more of that going forward. Although I imagine some of the relationships are better than others. Still don't have much to go off of there. We still haven't gotten into anyone else just yet. Also, we found out that, actually, I think we found it out this episode that, what was her name? Lou, yeah. Lou actually hasn't had her debut yet, which is something she apparently has in common with Emilico. Of course, they were already described as being kind of similar people. I wonder how much you change after having to go through that. Because there was a lot of build-up, to that debut thing, and what it means, the importance of it, and the only real advice the others can give is do your best, right? There's probably something pretty concerning. There's obviously a very big judging aspect to it. Like the stinger especially kind of threw a lot at us. It was mentioning candidates and failed fruits and judgings and stuff like that. I don't think we're meant to understand all of that just yet. But we see people rocking around, but they're not like, they don't have like the shadow faces, right? And yet they still feel like they're, important members of the household. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. Unless it's a matter of, like, the end game of the dolls is to be properly fused together, shadow and doll. Like the kind of thing that Mia and Sara have right now is like kind of an intermediary position before they truly become one person through some process. Is that what it's supposed to be? Either that, or they just, the dolls are just, while the shadows are just sitting in their room, the dolls do all the do things for them. One of the two, right? But yeah, the point is the debut is probably going to be the next really big thing that happens, and I'm a little bit worried about exactly how that's going to go. So yeah, that's it for this episode, though. It was a pretty good one, pretty disturbing, pretty horror-like, but still pretty compelling stuff. I definitely want to learn more about the house and see how things go, how Kate and them kind of, if at all, managed to influence things and try to survive dealing with this household, because that in itself is a pretty hard task, clearly, from what I can tell. So yeah, see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.